In a bug's world, life is always in the balance. There are so many ways to die. Around every corner, super strength assassins.
They are just incredibly fast with enormous force.
Bizarre weapons.
They have absolutely insatiable appetite.
And ruthless personalities.
They are incredibly effective predators.
Every day, these battles are waged hidden from human eyes. In the secret world of monster bug wars. The rainforest, rich, beautiful, frightening. Monsters live here, hiding in the darkest, dankest corners. They're the stuff of nightmares. When a giant rainforest mantis confronts a spiny leaf insect, it's a monster battle. It's one of the rainforest's most bizarre citizens. A creature so strange, it could be from another world. In the bug world, spiny leaf insects are giants, growing up to 5 inches long. They're not only big, they're ugly.
Spiny leaf insect wants to avoid a fight. Its first defense is the fact that it looks like a leaf. If a predator does get past the camouflage and detect a spiny leaf insect, it'll then rely on its behavior to try to scare off a predator by making itself look big and mean and horrible, like some sort of alien predator from another planet.
Nature often saves scariness for the vegetarians. You see, they need to deter their predators rather than fight them. Although it looks like some kind of battle bot, the creature isn't naturally aggressive. Its heavy armor and razor spikes are for defense. An almost impenetrable shield. And if a predator does try to take a bite, it'll get a mouthful of those spikes. The spiny leaf insect also keeps a secret weapon.
If threatened, the spiny leaf insect will resort to chemical warfare. It has glands that'll squirt out this colorless but extremely stinky liquid that'll deter most predators.
A stinking, ugly, spiky giant should be left alone. But in the rainforest, there's one creature who's not so easily deterred. It's an evolutionary success story. The Giant Rainforest Mantis. A strong-arm assassin and stealthy ninja rolled into one.
Mantids need to eat all the time, so they're very hungry. They're looking for prey all the time. They're on duty all day long. Turns out that they're one of the top rainforest predators.
It's the T-Rex of the bug world. With a powerful stance and lethal forearms. Spikes and lightning-fast grappling hooks ensure nothing escapes.
The strike can happen anywhere from 30 to 50 thousandths of a second. So this is like 1/20th of a blink of an eye. Mantids engage in aggressive mimicry. And what this means is they camouflage themselves so their prey doesn't see them. Matching in with the vegetation, in this case our giant rainforest mantid, is a nice green. It blends in. Prey items that are walking by, they just don't see the mantid until it's simply too late.
This hapless grasshopper never stood a chance. There's one more thing about the giant rainforest mantis. It eats its victims alive.
They're pretty good at orienting their bites toward the head of whatever they've captured, and essentially once you've taken the head off of anything, it stops struggling much more rapidly.
The best defense against the mantis is to avoid it at all costs. But that's not always easy. This spiny leaf insect is out looking for a leafy meal. Unaware, it's venturing into giant rainforest mantis territory.
The spiny leaf insect is a browser. It's a vegetarian. Think of it basically as the cow of the insect world. Just spends most of the day hanging out in the tree, chewing on the leaves, minding its own business.
The leaf insect has attracted the attention of the mantis. And when these two giants of the rainforest come face to face, neither backs down. The mantis is the natural aggressor. It's sizing up the monster before it.
No predator wants to be injured by its prey. If it's going to attack, it needs to make a trade-off, basically. If it attacks something, is it going to successfully kill it and not get injured itself?
Beneath the lush rainforest canopy, two giants of the bug world are about to go head-to-head.
In order to avoid a fight, the spiny leaf insect will actually use its bizarre appearance to try to look like this threatening, horrible alien monster.
No predator wants to be injured by its prey. So in this case, you've got a really big rainforest mantid, but at the same time, the spiny leaf insect is really quite a large insect.
The giant rainforest mantis has weighed the options. It's only a matter of choosing the moment to strike. We will win. But with faith in its heavy armor, the spiny leaf insect pushes gamely forward. The mantis's powerful jaws start slicing through its victim. The heavy armor is holding. The spiny leaf insect deploys its chemical weaponry.
In a fight, a spiny leaf insect is going to rely on its armor to hold out long enough for it to get away. But it's not very fast. It will, however, keep spraying the chemicals, but unless a predator gets a perfect shot and gets deterred by that, it's only a matter of time until it's dinner.
The spiny leaf insect has to break free soon, before it's devoured. Breaching the armor, the more the mantis eats, the less its victim can fight. It's a race through the first course. Mantis mouthparts work overtime as cutlery. Mandibles slice and dice, while feelers fork it in. Another life ends in the rainforest. What the mantis can't eat, others will. The giant mantis is happy to share now. It's full. And there's a mess to clean up. In the miniature world of monster bugs, Lifespans can last just weeks, perhaps days, even hours. Death lies around every corner, and strength is no protection. What happens when a powerful bull ant comes face to face with a redback spider? Only one will live another day. In the ant world, life is all about the colony. Ants work as a team, all for one and one for all. But for this species, going solo is allowed. It's even encouraged. This is the bull ant. Growing up to 1 inch long, it's one of the world's largest. Big enough to fend for itself. Its huge jaws are fearsome enough. They lock like a vice, inescapable. But it's the other end you really need to worry about. This lethal stinger delivers venom in multiple doses.
The bull ant sting is one of the most painful things in the world. And unlike a bee, they can sting over and over and over again.
Although it's a tough guy, this worker is tempting fate today, out on its own, a long way from home. It's on a mission to bring home food for the colony's larvae. Everyone's depending on it.
Bull ants are free-roaming wanderers who hunt alone, and they don't actually eat what they catch. Instead, they take it back to the nest for the larvae, who have an absolutely insatiable appetite.
To the bull ant, the world is a chaotic landscape of sights and smells. So it needs hyperactive antennae and bulging eyes. But the bull ant has something else. Twin claws on every foot give it the powers of an action hero with attitude.
The bull ant is the pit bull of the insect world. He's aggressive, fearless, and will take on any opponent, even those much larger than himself.
And bull ants will take their captives, dead or alive. Their sensors are always on high alert.
A bull ant has an incredible capacity for detecting scent and smell. It can tell it not just who's around, but what it's doing.
This spider is a casualty of another skirmish. But the bull ant makes sure, with a kill shot from its lethal stinger. It's not fussy. This spider is food.
Bull ants are amazing predators. They're voracious and incredibly efficient. They devour all in their path.
The tasty meal of spider is dragged back to the colony. And if obstacles are insurmountable, those trapped jaws are powerful enough to sever limbs and take spider drumsticks back, one at a time. To the uninitiated, the bull ant can be mistaken as vain. It looks like it's constantly grooming, but it's actually cleaning its sensors for battle.
Ants need to groom in order to clean their sensors, such as their antennas. Much as when we're driving our car, we need to clean our windshield if we want to be able to see.
It has to be on guard every moment it's away from the colony. There's no backup if it runs into trouble. And this is trouble. The deadly redback spider. From the black widow family, she's renowned for her super toxic venom and lightning speed. But the redback has something else for the unwary. A super-engineered web.
There's usually a number of components. It often has an upper area where the spider is hanging in the middle, and then, most importantly, it has a number of lines going down that are just covered with globs of glue, so that if something walks into these lines, they tend to break the lines. It causes a vibration going up, plus they get stuck in the glue. And as they struggle trying to get loose from this, then at that point, the spider comes down and nabs the prey.
She specializes in tailor-made straitjackets. With lightning speed, she spins a suffocating silk suit that's only worn once.
The way the redback gets the silk out of the spinnerets is on the fourth leg, it has a comb, and it combs the silk out of its spinnerets. Spider silk is considered to be stronger than steel. It's considered to be the strongest biopolymer known.
Few creatures leave a redback's web, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But can a smaller foe get the upper hand? This contest pits two agile killers head-to-head. Jaws and Venom versus Death Trap.
The bite of a bull ant's not gonna really do that much. What it needs to do is get a sting in and get that deadly venom inside that spider.
Here you've got a situation where you've got two predators that are about the same size, each of which has multiple lines of defense, and so it honestly could go either way.
This bull ant still hasn't found dinner for its colony. It forages deeper into a log, unaware of the deadly trap ahead.
Although the redback is venomous, actually her most important weapon is her web, and her web is like Kevlar dripping with super glue.
One false step is enough. The redback races to weave a deadly suit. But she has to be quick. If those jaws get her, or that stinger, the tables will turn.
All the bull ant needs is one single sting, and the redback spider is dead.
The bull ant's jaws are trapped. A sting shot is its only hope. But its captor is weaving at lightning speed. Every second makes it harder and harder to move. But as it's hoisted up, the ant breaks free and tries to bite.
The bull ant has these incredible, powerful mandibles that can give a really nasty bite. It's like you have a vise that's combined with a saw.
The spider needs a better suit. Fast. Again, her wraps subdue the ant. Only now can the redback get close enough to inject its venom. The deadly brew flows through two tiny fangs.
The venom is going to attack the nerves of the bull ant, killing it almost immediately.
All the spider needs to do is wait as her victim dies in a silk shroud. Far from the safety of its colony, a bull ant pays the price for going solo. No one heard it scream.
I don't think a redback that had fallen out of her web or was out of her web wandering on the ground had any chance against a bull ant. But a redback that's in her web, she has total control of the situation.
In nature's tiny world, an ant's life means something. For this skillful redback, it's a fresh meal before she's ready to kill again. The world is crawling with bugs. Half of all known species on our planet are insects. Some crawl on land, others lurk beneath it. Some climb, others live in the sky. There is no escaping bugs. Even the water is not safe. What happens when a water strider takes a swim with a water spider? It's time to run, but there's nowhere to hide. Some call him the Jesus bug, because he too can walk on water, although he prefers to jump at lightning speed.
If something tries to catch him, his best defense is to just skate across the water, but he can also use the water like a trampoline and jump up in the air. They can travel 100 body lengths in a single second.
It's like a 6-foot-tall human taking off at 400 miles per hour. More incredible still, the water strider never gets wet. Along each leg, thousands of tiny hairs trap air bubbles, and this makes a waterproof coat. Also helping to keep the water walker dry is surface tension on a pond. Its long legs spread its weight without breaking the surface.
They distribute their very light weight in such a way that they don't break the surface tension of the water. This allows them to use the water as basically a big piece of bendy rubber.
Buoyed by this skin of water, the strider wields a lethal weapon. It's a giant proboscis that spears and kills its prey. It also doubles as a drinking straw for insect innards.
Like a hypodermic needle on legs. His bite is mean.
A small creature that can't handle the water soon becomes Bug Slurpee.
Water striders feed on the water surface. They're basically an undertaker who make the sick and dying die.
The water strider turns any pond into a battleground, but it doesn't have the field to itself. The water spider is just as comfortable on a pond as it is on land.
Water spiders are able to travel across water much more effectively than most other spiders or many other invertebrates. If they were a car, they're moving on the order of 300 miles an hour. I mean, they're just incredibly fast spiders.
Though this female is bigger than the strider, she still doesn't sink or get wet. She also relies on tiny hairs to make an air suit. Even more astonishing, she has tiny claws at the tip of each leg, giving her incredible grip on the water surface.
If they really want to take off and run after something or run away, they're able to literally gallop on the water. They raise their legs up and are literally running across the water in a gallop. And they have relatively waxy feet and relatively They have long legs, and so they're able to make use of a small dimple of surface tension on the water and walk on the water. They hold their front legs and their back legs out, holding onto the water, and then they use their middle two legs to stride, and the little dimple of water acts like an oar. So literally, they're moving along like this in the water.
And when a potential meal, like this fly, hits the water, it telegraphs ripples straight to the spider's sensors.
By putting their feet at the water's edge, they're responding very closely to vibrations coming from the water. They're exquisitely sensitive to those vibrations.
There are worse ways to go than drowning. You can be killed and eaten inside out. In a face-off between these two floating attack machines, it all comes down to who moves first. The spider is strong and fast, but the strider is even faster.
The lineup is against water striders, which are fast, zippy on the water's edge.
Water striders cannot compete with water spiders on strength. They need to be able to detect the danger and get away.
It'll be a case of the quick or the dead. These water striders are drifting around the pond with the wind. At the water's edge, the spider dangles her sensitive feet, picking up the slightest movement. The striders, too, are feeling for vibrations, but they're unaware of the spider hidden against the rock.
They tend to be very nicely camouflaged. Often they have coloring that up against rock faces, you just don't see them.
Unaware, two striders have drifted into easy range. One uses its lightning speed to escape. The other is not so lucky. Deadly venom shoots into the strider. It will never know what happened.
The fangs are used to squish the prey up to some extent. It is simultaneously regurgitating digestive enzymes. So what they're basically doing is they're dissolving the prey, turning it into a protein milkshake, and then sucking it down.
The strider is turned to liquid.
The water strider was in the wrong place at the wrong time to mess with a water spider.
In bug water world, no one gets wet, but you can become a drink. There's no place like home sweet home, unless you're a bug. Keeping a single address is sometimes impossible when your neighbors are nasty, and you may have to fight to keep your home. Who gets the spoils when a white-tailed spider tries to evict a black house spider? One thing's for sure, no one will leave without a fight. Like us, some bugs invest a lot of work in their home. This black house spider has found just the right hole in just the right tree. Then added improvements. A vast web around the entrance, superglued to the surrounding bark.
Anywhere that they're able to find good supports for their webs provides them with some retreat area. This is where they build. And so building in trees, building next to houses, it all works.
Its seclusion is no accident. The black house spider is a master of ambush. Dinner is always home delivered. Victims, like this unsuspecting cockroach, have no idea they're even on the menu. The web looks ramshackle and ineffective. Quite the contrary. It's like an elastic minefield.
It's silk that can stretch 400 times its length. It's really, really stretchy silk, and there's a lot of it. If you've got a small insect that has hooks, that has little spines on its legs, it really gets entangled very easily in the silk, and as it's trying to push itself away, it gets more and more entangled in the silk.
The lightest touch on the silk transmits straight to home base.
Black house spiders really are completely attuned to vibrations. They're not using vision to find their prey or to avoid predators. It really is this acute sensitivity to vibrations in their web.
Few creatures see this ambush coming. A venomous bite seals the deal. But the spider doesn't stay on the street for long. It always eats in. Not all spiders are homebodies. Some are drifters, like this white-tailed spider. She's not tied down with webs and maintenance. She's a roaming assassin who prefers to eat out.
The white-tailed spider is not fussy. It'll eat pretty much anything that it can encounter, but its favorite meal is the black house spider.
Today, the whitetail is ravenous. She's like a bloodhound, sniffing scent trails from potential victims. But she's not using her nose. She doesn't have one. The tips of her legs are equipped with scopulate hairs. Underneath the hairs are chemical sensors that guide her to her target.
Because the white-tailed spider uses its feet so much, it's absolutely important that it keeps them very, very clean.
And those chemical sensors have just detected a black house spider.
Whitetail doesn't bother too much with the defense. This is an animal that's all about offense. It goes out looking for trouble. It starts the fights, and it finishes them.
The roving assassin is about to become a home invader. And the black house spider won't back down. One thing's for sure. There will be only one survivor. This white-tailed spider is cruising for dinner. She has no web, no family ties, no fixed abode. Further up the tree, this black house spider lives a different lifestyle. It set an elaborate web outside its permanent home. Now it's monitoring for vibrations, hoping whatever's coming will be another meal. But the whitetail has an ingenious plan. It'll use the black house spider's own web to lure it out. The black house is being played like an old fiddle.
Whitetail is a trickster. It'll sit there and pluck on another spider's web, mimicking a prey trapped in there, and then nails it like lightning.
The black house takes the bait. It's expecting an easy meal, but it finds a mortal enemy. The black house throws a decoy, its own leg.
Losing a leg is actually a super strategy for getting away from a predator. This black house spider has sphincters that are able to close off the blood flow so the spider doesn't bleed to death. It's far better off losing a leg than losing its life.
The whitetail is left with just a spider drumstick. Now she retreats to her rival's abandoned house and seals the door to eat in peace.
The white-tailed spider is a wanderer. It doesn't stay very long in any one place. But in this case, now that it has a nice big meal in its stomach, it'll sit there and squat in what used to be the black house spider's home.
But the owner's back and fighting mad. It plans to repossess its house. This time, a body strike stuns the black house. Dropping limbs won't help it now. Venom rushes into its body, killing it. There's one final indignity. The black house spider will be consumed in its own home. In bug realty, you can be evicted and eaten on the same day. In the art of war, bugs are true virtuosos. They have evolved so many ways to kill, they leave humans in the dust. But it's nearly always hand-to-hand combat. And every victory is hard won. When a wolf spider meets a Sydney funnel web spider, it's a deadly contest between the old and the new. Although there are almost 40,000 species of spider, they come in two main categories, modern or primitive. Like this Sydney funnel web, a dinosaur. It's changed little over millions of years.
In terms of temperament, the Sydney funnel webs are just ill-tempered, cranky spiders.
It's the grumpy old man of the bug world. It's still around today because it's a successful hunter. And the key to its reign are these. Two of the biggest, most powerful jaws in Spiderland, backed by super venom.
You don't survive for several 100 million years without being effective predators and being good at what you do. So the funnel webs may not have many diverse behaviors, but in fact, what they do very well.
But there are downsides to being Spider version 1.0. It can hardly see from its 8 eyes. Its lumbering frame isn't very fast. And its lungs are underdeveloped, so it's exhausted quickly. It mostly lies in wait, in moist, shady corners of the forest, with a small web funnel at the entrance.
What characterizes these webs is it has a narrow funnel or a narrow retreat that the spider lives in. So it may have a hole in a log that's covered in silk, and then it runs out from this retreat in order to capture prey. They live in burrows, so basically this is a burrowing species that's found in relatively moist soil under logs. One of the ways that funnel webs are found is that people are digging in their garden and inadvertently open up the burrow of a funnel web and they start wandering around. And you've got to hope that it isn't a male funnel web. Now, what's important to us in this situation is that males are 5 or 6 times more venomous than the females are.
But what happens when this prehistoric monster comes face to face with a modern-day warrior? Will the old still outgun the new? In the world of monster bugs, there are 2 types of spider, modern and primitive. This is spider version 1.0, the prehistoric Sydney funnel web.
The Sydney funnel web is not only a seriously cranky spider, but they really tend not to back off. They're really an ill-natured spider. Their fangs are oriented parallel to one another, and so they strike down. And the way the funnel web does this is it rears its carapace up and then strikes repeatedly down with enormous force. The force is reputed to be sufficient to kill a mouse, to crush a mouse skull.
This cricket came too close. And the funnel web's caveman table manners make short work of any prey. While it may be showing its age, the funnel web is always ready to take on newcomers. This is spider version 2.0, evolving much later. The modern wolf spider is faster, stronger, and loaded with stamina.
The wolf spider is so fast on its feet, it can cover 2 feet in a single second. That would be the equivalent of me doing a 100-meter dash in 1 second.
With state-of-the-art eyes, nothing escapes its attention.
The wolf spider has 4 large eyes on the top of its head, but also has 4 smaller eyes coming across in a row on the front. This gives it fantastic night vision and some of the best vision of any spider.
It's like an Olympic athlete that wins gold, not just for the 100-yard dash, but for the high jump as well.
The wolf spider is capable of jumping 8 inches, even onto vertical surfaces. This would be the equivalent of me being able to jump 100 feet in the air.
But this is no recreational hunter. The wolf spider is a killing machine, and it kills to eat. It's also a master tactician, using stealth, cunning, and patience while it stalks its prey.
The wolf spider is a prowler, a ground hunter who wanders around in the dark. Once he finds a good ambush spot, he'll sit there and wait. And once he sees a good prey animal, he either jump on it or chase it down.
It lies in wait for a hapless victim, like this cricket.
He is fast and powerful, basically the cheetah of the spider world. He hits his prey so fast and so hard, they literally get bowled over.
Sharp-eyed, fleet-footed, packing powerful venom, the wolf spider is a major upgrade from its primitive cousin. Though it can outstalk and outrun any contemporary, sometimes it has to face off with its prehistoric past in a test of evolution.
The wolf spider's best defense is his ability to outrun or outjump pretty much anyone.
Although wolf spiders are faster, wolf spiders have vision on their side, I don't think wolf spiders are as intrinsically tough and ill-natured as a Sydney funnel web is.
It's a full moon, and the wolf spider is on the prowl. Night vision and advanced weaponry ready to go. Also on the offense, a funnel web, its legs sensing the slightest movement on its trip lines.
The funnel webs will rear up, and you can see venom dripping out of the tips of their fangs. And they will stay in this position for 10, 15 minutes, ready to strike should the potential predator or prey come any closer.
The encounter quickly turns into a standoff as two killers, close enough to touch, weigh their next move.
It's a tricky standoff, like two gunfighters waiting for the other one to flinch. The funnel web spider has bigger fangs, but the wolf spider has the speed.
One thing is for certain, the next move will be fatal. The funnel web strikes first. As the funnel web's massive jaws rip open the wolf spider, venom floods in. Today, old beats new. Ancient history wins the day. Although dinosaurs never made it to our present day, it's a different story in the bug world. Here, living history proves that new isn't always better. In a monster bug war, you're either victor or victim. Camouflage is no defense against a ruthless assault. A lethal stinger is powerless, encased in a silk coffin. Speed is no match for stealth and cunning. And sacrificing a limb is no guarantee of success. When bugs go to war, only the victor lives to fight another day. In a monster bug war, there are all kinds of killers. The callous, the cold-blooded.
Grab onto the prey, hold it, and tear it apart.
And the truly terrifying.
They can tear things apart using the claws.
But the scariest of all are the calculating killers who leave nothing to chance. Every day, billions of bugs fight millions of individual battles to feed and breed But every now and then, two tribes will wage an epic war where there's just one outcome: carnage. When an army of green ants marches against a swarm of paper wasps, it's a battle worthy of the big screen. Above the ground, a high-rise militia goes through its maneuvers. Its headquarters is a leafy bunker, home not to generals, but to green ant larvae, who could one day become soldiers in an ever-expanding army.
Green ant colonies are generally spread around a dozen trees that might contain up to 150 nests, with 100,000 to 500,000 ants total, all of which will risk life and limb to protect the colony.
Every one of these workers comes equipped with weapons of war, serrated mandibles that cut and crush. As in all ant societies, male drones stay at home, leaving this army of sterile females to forage for food. But at the first sign of war, chemicals called pheromones are sent out. Foragers become green grunts, and more move into the kill zone. Even a huge and highly venomous scorpion is no match for a company of angry green ants.
For green ants, defense is all about strength in numbers. They will just keep sending more and more troops out until whatever they're battling with is either gone or they kill it and carry it away for dinner.
Green ants also deploy chemical weaponry. Formic acid that burns organic tissue sprays from their abdomens. If that weren't bad enough, they swarm over a victim, literally biting it to death. A grasshopper many times bigger than one ant is no match for a seething mass of foot soldiers.
When the workers are called to arms, you're no longer dealing with a bunch of cute and fascinating little green ants. Rather, they become like this unstoppable organic plasma that can deter any predator, whether it's coming from the ground or the air.
Victims become helpless marionettes, dancing to the tune of a swarm of single-minded puppeteers. Below this treetop bunker, with its elite soldiers, another force has moved in. A colony of paper wasps. In a skirmish, they use their aerial maneuverability like a weapon. Paper wasps don't fly fast, but they hover with intent, like attack helicopters, waiting to strike and feed.
Paper wasps are really important because they kill so many pest species of caterpillars. The adults are active for anywhere from 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks. They spend all of their time going out and foraging to kill the caterpillars.
Like the ants, most of the wasp foraging force are sterile females, with heavy artillery at the front and some big guns at the rear.
Unlike bees that can only sting once, these wasps can sting repeatedly.
But paper wasps don't rely just on firepower. They have tactical coordination down to a fine art.
Wasps are actually really smart. They're capable of complex learning. They've got excellent vision.
Like green ants, adult paper wasps hunt and kill only to feed their larvae. Their own survival depends on it. Wasps feed the larvae with captured caterpillars. In turn, the larvae produce nutrient-rich saliva that's fed back to the adults. Life goes on in the paper wasp nest and the green ant colony. It's live and let live. But nature is fickle. One unfortunate windstorm can smash one bug civilization up against another without warning.
This is two insect civilizations at war. And no matter who wins, both sides are going to suffer massive losses.
In the rainforest, it's the calm before the storm. But as the weather worsens, a tree branch, home to a green ant colony, is flung against a paper wasp nest. War is declared. Wasps mobilize their airborne troops. Gangs of green ants swarm over individual wasps.
Green ants have a major tactical advantage here because they can team up very efficiently against an individual wasp, but the wasps can't work together against an individual ant.
The ants lay pheromone trails and shake their bodies to communicate and coordinate their attack. Without the ants' superior teamwork, the wasps are at a disadvantage. But one-on-one, a larger wasp overpowers a single ant. Some are thrown to the ground, others killed instantly. But in ant battle tactics, strength lies in numbers. Individual wasps are pinned down, sprayed with formic acid, and bitten ferociously. Alone, they have no answer to a combined attack.
The wasps are so much larger than the ants, and they're not cooperating the same way. They're all actively defending the area, but the ants are able to gang up and pull on different legs, so an individual wasp may have multiple ants attacking it.
A raiding party of green ants bursts into the paper wasp nursery. Here, wasp guards defend their larvae by biting and stinging.
The wasp's sting is great against bigger animals, but it's pretty hard for a wasp to effectively sting one ant. And even though wasps are able to sting repeatedly, it's really hard for them to sting one ant, sting another ant, sting another ant.
The green ants may have the upper hand, but now the wasps retaliate. Mounting a concerted airborne attack, they breach the ants' headquarters and begin carrying off the ant brood. More and more wasps overwhelm the ants' nest. It's a mass attack. Under the onslaught, green ants scurry to save their young. It's carnage. The battlefield is littered with the wounded, the dying, and the dead.
All either colony can do is pick up the pieces and start over again.
The wasps' superior airborne maneuverability and their preemptive strike on the ant's nest tips the balance. They overcome their assailants. but at enormous cost. Defeated, the green ants sound the retreat. Their bunker is torn apart. They scramble to salvage the surviving larvae. In a bug war of this magnitude, the refugees have no choice but to escape with their young, to start a new life in another part of the forest. In the bug world, there are many ways to kill. Some slay with weapons. Others with venom. But the deadliest of all may be the bugs with brains. When a Portia spider takes on a long-jawed orb weaver, it's brains versus bite for the biggest prize, survival. In the rainforest, hunters don't come any smarter than this. A flair for strategy. A master of disguise. The name is Spider. Portia Spider, licensed to kill. Portia is a specialist assassin. She prefers other spiders. And her 8 all-seeing eyes can pick them off in all sorts of conditions.
The eyes have different functions. The eyes on the side are very attuned to movement. A jumping spider can see 360 degrees. The front huge eyes are essentially recognizing contrast and discriminating distance. Combination of these different eyes, they just have superb vision.
Portia is also a mistress of camouflage. Tufts of brown and white hair all over her body, thick brushes on the top of her legs, and thin lower leg segments make her look like forest debris. It's the perfect cover for ambushing prey. And when it comes to the kill, she has all the equipment a stealthy assassin needs. Fangs that deliver lethal venom, and mouth parts that flood the victim's body with digestive enzymes, so it can be dissolved, ground up, and sucked in as a liquid lunch. But Portia is armed with another weapon you can't see.
Portia are incredibly intelligent spiders. What Portia seems to do is locate its prey, figure out where it is, approach it from a number of different angles until it's in an optimal hunting position.
She's also a master deceiver. She doesn't just look like leaf litter, she acts like it.
They will pluck on webs that indicate that just a little debris has fallen into the web. And so the spider may come up to the web, try to remove the debris, only to be attacked.
You don't mess with a fine-tuned killing machine unless it has a weakness. And this is the arch-villain who could find it. A stay-at-home hunter and a high-wire walking warrior. The long-jawed orb weaver.
The orb weaver's web is laid out like a circular grid with lines radiating out from the center. The spider will sit in the center, and from there it can get to any point on the web very fast, and those long legs just enhance their speed.
The orb weaver lies in wait. A silent ninja poised to strike.
Orb weavers have 3 little claws at the end of each leg, and while they're sitting on the web, they're monitoring every little vibration.
Each movement means something. A puff of wind, a falling leaf, or what the skillful hunter is really waiting for, a trapped insect.
Sensing vibration is far more important to these guys than seeing things. In fact, vision doesn't really play a role at all in their hunting strategy.
When this 8-legged ninja strikes, it's lightning quick. But no throwing stars here. Just 2 long, razor-sharp fangs. Perfect for turning prey into shish kebabs. The orb weaver's long body is also superbly camouflaged. Stretched out in the middle of the web, it could be a stick. The fly obviously thought so. Now, wrapped in those deadly jaws, it's not thinking much at all.
The long-jaw's spiked chelicerae effectively perform the same function as the raptorial arms of a mantid. They help grab onto the prey, hold it, and tear it apart.
Nearby, the Portia spider is figuring how the orb weaver could become her next meal. A lethal assassin versus a deadly ninja. Only one will survive. In the peaceful surrounds of the lush rainforest, a camouflage specialist stalks a larger-than-life arch-villain.
Portia's a camouflage spider. They look like a piece of debris, and that's all there is to it. They don't look like a spider walking along. They don't look like a predator, and they don't feel like a predator.
Portia has devised a plan of attack. She starts snipping the long jaw's silk lines, clearing a jumping path for a view to kill.
The Portia has done such a good job of tricking the longjaw that it is oblivious to the threat, even as its back to it.
Portia keeps snipping. One stray line in the path of her jump, and the diner could become the dinner. With the lines clear, she moves into position. A quick, clinical kill. As the venom-filled fangs plunge into the orb weaver's body, what took more than an hour of scheming and preparing is over in a moment. Portia venom is unusually potent, especially to spiders. As the deadly cocktail courses through its body, the long jaw is paralyzed, then eaten.
You know, it's no surprise that this Portia won. Long-jawed spider, unless it escaped fast, was doomed. It isn't a spider hunter. Portia is a spider hunter. They're good at what they do. They're really smart. I don't think the long-jawed spider had a chance.
Like a professional assassin, Portia is ruthlessly efficient. And she's already planning her next kill. In the bug world, there's no such thing as a G-rated monster movie. On every blade of grass, on every leaf, on every tree, there's a killer plot just waiting to be played out. When a balloon-winged katydid takes on a tree centipede, it's a battle of the bad guys, with only one winner. At first glance, it looks like a green leaf, swaying harmlessly in the breeze. But there's nothing harmless about the balloon-winged katydid.
The simplest way to describe the balloon-winged katydid is that it's a mobile leaf with razor-sharp jaws. It's an ambush hunter with a very straightforward attack strategy. Rush, grab, tackle, eat alive.
As a hunter, the balloon-winged katydid has it all. Long antennae to detect prey and danger. Huge hind legs for jumping and kicking. But up front is the serious weaponry.
There are 2 rows of massive spines on the front 4 legs, and the balloon-winged katydid basically uses them to pin the prey down in a spiked cage.
The hug that holds becomes the kiss that kills. A fellow katydid is easy meat. Legs, wings, head, gone. But what will happen when this ambush hunter crosses paths with the freight train of the forest? This is a killer with a need for speed. A tree centipede that's as long as it is ferocious.
The tree centipede is in the group Scolopendra, and the Scolopendra are the largest of the centipedes. This one can be anywhere from 3 inches to 6 inches in size. This is a good-sized animal, about as thick as my thumb.
The tree centipede has 21 pairs of pointy legs to grip any surface and any prey. Plus 1 pair of venom claws that plunge into its victims' bodies, injecting fatal neurotoxins.
Of all the animals in my lab, it's the centipedes that are the scariest animals because they can just climb all over the place, and they do it fast, and they've got a strong venomous bite.
It's a hyperactive carnivore with a big appetite. So a large katydid should be an easy snack, but don't count on it.
The balloon-winged katydid isn't one to run away at the first sign of a predator. Remember, this is an animal that's used to winning fights.
What will happen when the prize fighter meets the runaway train? Of all the bugs in this habitat, these are 2 of the baddest.
A lot of katydid species are herbivores or omnivores, but this species specializes in eating other living animals. He'll have a go at anything his own size.
A centipede is really not an animal that any other arthropod wants to encounter. Heck, it's an animal that a whole lot of vertebrates wouldn't want to encounter.
Tonight, the balloon-winged katydid is out looking for dinner. So is the tree centipede. And it's picked up a katydid's chemical signal. The centipede storms in, but stops. The katydid backs off. It's all the hesitation the tree centipede needs.
If it's a large prey item, they will literally wrap around. Their back end is capable of holding on to the prey, so they're both wrapping and grabbing with front and back end. Powerful animal.
With one trademark blow from its venom claws, the centipede delivers the knockout.
The tree centipede is venomous enough that it has a big effect on essentially anything that it bites, everything from invertebrates to vertebrates. It's a strong, potent venom.
The katydid is alive, but helpless. Its savage mandibles and spiky legs are useless. The centipede's powerful jaws now go to work. Ripping, tearing, feeding.
Centipedes are voracious predators. By the time she's finished with this katydid, there's nothing left.
In Hollywood, the underdog often wins. But when Mother Nature's writing the script, there's usually a sting in the tail. In the bug world, there's just one way to earn your stripes. That's by staying alive and making sure your victims stay dead. When a badge huntsman faces off against a spider-hunting scorpion, it's a head-to-tail battle. The badge huntsman is a running, climbing master of one-on-one combat. Equally at home on the ground and among the grass. It's the commando of this forest, and it has the stripes to prove it.
Badge huntsmen are really attractive huntsman spiders. They've got this gorgeous patch on its belly that's black and sometimes purpley colors. When they're defending themselves, they'll rear up their legs and show the bands on their legs.
Every badge huntsman species has a unique pattern, mimicking an all-seeing eye. The war paint makes them look big and mean. They're also built for speed.
They have essentially rotated their legs from this posture in most of the spiders into a sideways posture. The movement of these legs and the changing of the joints means that they're able to move very rapidly side to side.
Blindingly quick, badge huntsmen chase down their prey in any part of the forest.
The badge huntsmen are very, very fast spiders. The underside of their legs are covered with something known as scopula. These act as suction cups so that they can essentially walk upside down anywhere.
When they attack, they inject a toxic cocktail with 2 super-sharp fangs. The venom first paralyzes, then triggers cell death. These poison darts mean the badge huntsman is not afraid to take on bigger opponents. This katydid is about to be toast. Actually, once those digestive juices go to work, it's more like a green smoothie. But fancy badges don't cut it with these guys. Spider hunting scorpions. And they've been around the block a few times.
Scorpions outlasted the dinosaurs. They outlasted the Neanderthals. They've made it through every form of climate change imaginable. The reason is that they're incredibly adaptable and very skilled predators.
Fast on its feet, a tough armored shell, the spider hunting scorpion is a small, mobile fighter with a long reach.
The pinchers are an effective weapon because they're very long. This gives a scorpion a really good reach, making it difficult for another animal to get close without being grabbed and stung.
With claws that grab and a stinger that delivers paralyzing venom, it's a stealthy nocturnal hunter, an all-night diner with an appetite for fresh spider. Two forest killers are about to face off. Tooth and tail.
What I would suggest that this huntsman spider do is approach it from the back end, grab the tail so it can't sting it, and bite the tail, and then I would back off.
It's an old-fashioned duel, but there's no code of honor. This will be a duel to the death. It's midnight in the forest as two killers face off. Each waiting for the other to make a move. The spider opens with a sidestep, but the scorpion grabs its leg. The wound is a badge of courage for this huntsman.
There's a predetermined juncture in most spiders where they're able to lose the legs, and there is a sphincter that closes off so the spider doesn't bleed to death.
But she's not the only spider prowling in the forest tonight. Another huntsman comes along, flashing its badge. But after tasting spider flesh, the scorpion's keen for more. Now it's back for a kill. The badge huntsman will attack with lightning speed and hypodermic fangs. The spider killer grabs first and tries to land a death blow. But the huntsman fends off the stinger with its long legs, hoping to sink in its fangs.
When the scorpion gets into a difficult tussle, uses his pinchers and his tail like a wrecking ball, just throwing them around, hoping to knock the prey off their feet, and if they stumble, bang, they get in a sting.
The wrecking ball overcomes the commando. and lands a clean shot to the back of the badge huntsman's head.
The scorpion's venom acts very, very quickly on the prey. It's like a flow of burning acid through the body. Starts shutting down the vital organs and the nervous system. Once the venom's in the bloodstream, it's good night and don't come back.
No need to hurry this meal. Meat always tastes better if it's hung. The scorpion feasts on its victim's body. A once proud badge of honor is trash on the forest floor. The animal world teems with monsters that crawl and fiends that fly. But some of the strangest and most savage beasts on the planet do their dirty work underwater. When a hard-shelled freshwater crab and a slimy tiger leech bump heads, there are no soft options. Both creatures live and feed in the same pond. But that's where similarities end. Both have the will and the weaponry to fight to the finish.
This pond is simply amazing. It's packed full of life. It has the crabs, it has leeches, it has small freshwater shrimp, it's got fishes, it's got all sorts of insects living in it. It's an entire active ecosystem. And one of the issues with this sort of a gorgeous little ecosystem is that everyone in this pond runs the constant risk of becoming someone else's dinner.
The freshwater crab is a shameless scavenger, feeding on the recently dead or anything too weak to fight.
They'll eat small fish, they'll eat small invertebrates, they'll eat other small crustaceans, they'll eat a little bit of plant material, they'll eat essentially anything that they can get.
Like a knight in shell-hard armor, the freshwater crab's body and legs are safe from all but the most extreme assault. Even her eyes retract on stalks, folding in like car side mirrors for safety. And serious trauma, like losing a leg, doesn't mean game over.
Look at this crab. It's missing a leg, it's missing a foot, but it's an arthropod. And because it's an arthropod, it's able to regenerate the leg next time it sheds its exoskeleton.
Food is always fair game, even when someone else is chewing on it. But the freshwater crab's major weapon is its claws.
And it's with these claws that they're able to do everything. They can grab prey or potential predators. They can tear things apart. They can move rocks around. They can dig burrows. They do courtship, waving their claws to the females. They can do whatever they want to do.
When it comes to defense, crabs are the tanks of the underwater world.
Crabs have a number of defensive options. One is that they've got these really strong, relatively powerful claws. In addition, they're covered with a very hard exoskeleton. They move quite well and can be relatively fast, zipping out of the way.
Sharing the freshwater pond is a devastating opponent. The tiger leech. It doesn't feed on the dead. It sucks life from the living.
The tiger leech is an aquatic vampire that actively seeks out its victims. But instead of using fangs, it has 3 jaws that it makes a Y-shaped incision and then sucks the life out of them. The leech breathes through the walls of its body by means of gas exchange, so as long as the water is well oxygenated, it can stay submerged for as long as it likes. These guys are very capable swimmers. They're like an eel crossed with a slinky, and once they latch on, the anaconda in them comes out. They really are little monsters.
Tiger leeches are relentless. The posterior sucker attaches to their victims with an almost unbreakable grip. Up at the head, the anterior sucker does the real damage. It's all mouth, with tiny razor-sharp jaws.
Once they bite a prey, they hold on with a combination of suction and mucus. They also inject an anti-clotting enzyme to keep the wound from closing up and slowing down their feeding.
Contrary to popular belief, not all leeches are bloodsuckers. Some extract a whole range of bodily fluids.
Leeches can ingest several times their body weight while feeding off another creature. While this might not be dangerous for a larger animal, for a smaller one, this is lethal, but slow enough that they're fully aware of what's going on.
If an opponent goes on the attack, the tiger leech has a truly bizarre way of defending itself.
The tiger leech's best defense is its slime. Its body is actually very difficult for another creature to get a hold of because the mucus it extrudes makes it a very slippery customer.
That's bad news for the tiny freshwater crab. But it does have the weapons to fight back.
Tiger leeches are a tough competitor for these crabs. The leeches are strong and muscular. They're kind of slimy. They're able to move around pretty well. However, if the crab is able to grab it with its claw, it's perfectly capable of cutting it in half. The problem is that the leeches are relatively hard to grab.
This is a soft, squishy creature versus a well-armed, hard-shelled animal. I think the leech is quite capable of bringing the crab down without getting cut to pieces by the claws.
When a flesh-sucking leech fights a sharp-clawed crab, one is destined for Davy Jones' locker. Two pond dwellers are about to engage in a fight to the death. One is a flesh-sucking leech, and the other, a hard-shelled crab.
The crab shell is tough, but the leech's jaws and teeth can cut through it like a diamond-tipped saw.
That's if the crab doesn't cut the leech in two. It's feeding time in the pond, and any creature is fair game. The crab backs off. But the leech is back. It searches for the crab's Achilles heel. And finally finds access to the soft flesh. The jaw is clearly visible. The leech starts to suck the crab dry from the inside.
This is bad news. The crab is able to defend itself really well in the front of its body, but behind, it can't get its pinchers. It can't get its legs behind it.
And if that's bad news, there's worse to come. Leeches have chemosensory organs, and they've detected a crab in trouble.
The scent of the crab's blood in the water is like a homing beacon for the pond's other leeches. They're gonna do everything they can to join the party, and the more that are on board, the less chance the crab has of fighting free.
Another tiger leech joins the feeding frenzy. It latches on. The crab grabs with its claws. But the leech is covered with slimy mucus and slips out of the crab's grasp. The claws have dispensed with one leech, but now they're gummed with slime. Undisturbed, the remaining leech sucks the life out of the crab.
When the tiger leech drilled through the crab's carapace, the crab began losing all its fluids.
Emptied of its body fluids, the crab draws its last breath and is consigned to a watery grave. In a monster bug war, clever tactics triumph over superior firepower. Battle know-how overwhelms defensive display. Infiltration foils the finest defenses. And maneuverability gives you the edge in a mass attack. When bugs go to war, you fight smart or die. Monster bugs is a war zone. There are no truces, no ceasefires. Only the fittest survive.
They literally run down their prey.
And only the ruthless
It can tear apart pretty much anything.
live to eat another day. In the monster bug world, there's nothing more unsettling than silence. Knowing that something unheard and unseen is patiently awaiting its chance to kill you. What happens when an ogre-faced spider sets a trap for an assassin bug? It's the skill of one forest ninja versus the stealth of another. In mythology, the ogre is a terrifying monster. Cruel, brutal, and hideous. But in the bug world, this monster is no myth.
Ogre-faced spiders are about as neat as spiders come. They're middle posterior eyes. So their posterior median eyes are huge.
Most spiders have 8 eyes, but poor vision. The ogre-faced spider has military-grade optics that turn night into day.
They're outstanding at collecting light at night so that they see very, very well in darkness. Their vision at night is far better than cats and better than owls.
That's extremely bad news for passing prey. But even more astonishing is the ogre-face's weaponry.
What these spiders do that is absolutely unique in the animal kingdom is they build a very, very specialized web.
Hanging from a threadbare silk scaffold, the ogre-faced spider starts weaving a weapon. An expandable net that traps the unsuspecting in the blink of an eye. It flings it over its prey like a gladiator, casting a deadly net.
When they actually attack something, they're going down just incredibly fast and then releasing the web, and it contracts. It is fascinating to watch.
The ultrafine net is created with the skill of an expert weaver.
They make it in their back legs. As you see them combing, they've got a comb on their fourth leg, and you see them combing out silk very fast. I often think of it as hair that has been teased up, and the silk looks something like that.
Holding the tightly woven net in its 4 front legs, the ogre-faced spider silently sets up a vigil for whatever flies by or passes below. Equally fascinating, every bit as silent and deadly, is the assassin bug.
Watching the assassin bug move is like watching a Shaolin kung fu master walking across rice paper. Gentle, silent, careful. Not a single mark, not even the most minute noise. No wonder it's called the assassin bug.
Its weapon of choice is part long, sucking mouth, part syringe for injecting venom.
The assassin bug stabs its prey using this long beak-like structure called a rostrum. But with the rostrum, it has additional microstructure. It's called stylids. And what they do is they open up small tears inside the prey, which facilitates the venom flowing in.
The assassin bug feeds on any insect it can catch. It's even been known to skewer bats and humans. But it doesn't rely just on its rostrum. It has antennae as long as its body, which gather intel on the grasshopper it's silently stalking. It also plays smart. It imitates a wafting breeze.
The assassin bug is being very clever here. As it gets quite close to the prey, it makes its footsteps bouncy and irregular, creating the kind of normal environmental background noise produced by a breeze.
And then, with its prey within reach, it does something very odd for a master stalker. It reaches out with an antenna.
Assassin bugs have a peculiar habit of using their antenna to gently tap their prey a few times before stabbing them. It's a poorly understood phenomenon. We don't know if it's to confuse the prey or even somehow to hypnotize them, but this is what they do.
Whatever the reason, it works. The prey doesn't suspect a thing. Then it struck. The assassin bug's rostrum spears the grasshopper's back. Deadly venom floods its body.
The paralyzing action of the venom takes effect in 3 to 5 seconds. At this point in time, the limbs are unable to move. After about 15 seconds, it is completely paralyzed, even though it's still alive. Prey is sitting there immobilized. Other chemicals that the assassin bug is pumped in is now digesting it even while it's alive. By the time the assassin bug is done, 40 to 60% will have been sucked out as a liquid lunch.
As darkness descends, a deadly net and a venomous spear will soon become the weapons of choice in a forest as black and as ominous as the grave. Two Bug World gladiators are about to do battle. One armed with a spear that pierces flesh with ease, and the other with a fast-release net that can finish a fight before it begins. As the spider hovers, the assassin bug closes in, moving ever so slowly, from leaf to branch. The two deadly foes converge in the darkness. The assassin bug needs to get past the net to strike a blow. It tugs on the web, but a foot gets caught. In one swift movement, the ogre face flings down the net and scoops its victim into a treacherous tangle of silk.
What it will do is it will grab it up, wrap it up with more and more silk, so there's no chance that the assassin bug is able to get its piercing mouth parts out. There's nothing that the assassin bug can do that's going to hurt the ogre-faced spider.
The ogre wraps quickly while keeping her distance. The assassin bug stretches its legs to break free of the death shroud. It's too late. With the deadly rostrum safely encased in silk, the ogre face moves in for the kill. The would-be assassin takes a hit of paralyzing venom. Death is seconds away. But the ogre-faced spider ignores the formalities. It's already feeding on the body fluids of the vanquished. In the world of carnivorous bugs, murder is a way of life. If you want your meat fresh, you're forced to kill. But some bugs take hunting to new levels. What happens when a bulldog raspy cricket and a whistling tarantula come to blows? There are no holds barred. If you're an insect, you enter the grassy bushland of the bulldog raspy cricket at your peril. It's the stormtrooper of the bug world. Compared to the raspy cricket, other crickets are pushovers. These guys are just nasty.
Bulldog raspy crickets are very fierce fighters. They launch themselves at the prey with the aim of just cutting it to pieces.
The raspy cricket is built to kill. Two massive compound eyes, heavily armored thorax, front legs bristling with deadly spines, and mandibles that cut through prey like a chainsaw.
The raspy cricket's mandibles are just plain deadly. It can tear apart pretty much anything. Snip, off comes a leg. Snip, off comes the head.
Raspy crickets are also super mobile. They'll go anywhere, anytime.
Raspy crickets are very tough to escape from. Not only are they great jumpers, but they're great climbers, they're fast on their feet, and they can fly.
And they never back down. Once you're in a raspy cricket's sights, it's locked on to kill.
The antennae are very long. They use them both to pick up the scent of the prey, but also physically to tell them what's nearby. And the second one makes contact, this cricket launches and starts biting and tearing it apart.
The cricket's massive sickle-shaped mandibles chomp through its victim. Every body part is on the menu. Abdomen, leg, wings. The bulldog raspy cricket is the consummate killer. But it doesn't have the killing fields to itself. Nearby, there's a menacing murderess. A tarantula. Not someone you choose for your babysitter.
Known as whistling tarantulas. This is caused when they rub their mouth parts, causing kind of a rattly, hissy sound, which makes them seem more frightening.
The terrifying death rattle is backed up by two monstrous fangs.
Tarantulas have fangs that strike downward. These fangs are really quite large, as much as 1/3 of an inch long, which is on the order of a number of different snakes. And so this is enough to do real damage.
She's highly attuned to passing prey. She doesn't hear them coming. She doesn't have ears. What she does have is hundreds of sensory hairs that pick up vibrations in the air. And the whistling tarantula has another early warning system. She lays a thick bandage-like alarm bell with two huge spinnerets that act like web-weaving fingers, creating an elaborate first line of defense.
She waits at the entrance of the burrow. And one of the advantages of silk coming out from the burrow is that it helps provide sensory information or vibratory information as prey walks by and touches the silk.
This regular cricket was easy meat. But what happens when the whistling tarantula faces a much nastier bulldog raspy cricket?
A fight between these two could go either way. I think the raspy cricket will try to use brute force to overpower the tarantula, and get in a damaging bite before the tarantula can sink its fangs in and deliver the venom.
Some in the bug world don't kill to live. They live to kill. They don't just attack, they annihilate. The whistling tarantula is a murderess. Armed to the teeth with dagger-like fangs that spear through her prey like a knife through butter.
It's got big fangs, it's got big legs, it's got hairs so that it's able to climb essentially anywhere, and it's a big, aggressive spider.
Her mortal foe, a nasty neighbor. The bulldog raspy cricket is also packing serious heat. Spiked legs, deadly jaws, and a bad attitude. It often holds true in the bug world that attack is the best form of defense. So while the raspy cricket chows down on its latest kill, the murderess launches a surprise attack. The cricket lashes out with its spiked legs. The tarantula retreats, with good reason. She's missing a leg. She heads for home to lick her wounds and mend her web.
She'll go into the burrow and then cover up the entrance of the burrow and seal it up. So essentially predators aren't able to get in while she's in the burrow and while she's relatively incapacitated.
But the bulldog raspy cricket has developed a taste for spider drumsticks. It's stalked its injured victim to her home. But she's down, not out. A massive body kick sends the killer cricket reeling. But the cricket is nobody's football. Each combatant has scored a blow. Now it's really on. One of them is going to die.
If that raspy cricket gets its strong jaws onto the soft-bodied tarantula, the tarantula is absolutely done for. So it's really a battle of timing and speed here.
The stormtrooper is back, madder than ever. It flushes the tarantula from her burrow. She makes a break for it. But the raspy cricket's mandibles shear through the tarantula like colossal bolt cutters.
Once they start biting the prey, they sit cross-legged with their arms locked together, forming a spiked cage that the prey has little chance of escaping from.
The murderess has met her match. She's not just eaten. She's torn apart. Few creatures leave such a bloody battleground. The monster bug world is full of natural athletes. Some are gymnasts, others base jumpers. Then there are kickboxers and trapeze artists. But the gold medal winners are those who execute the snatch and bite. When a house centipede and a swift tree mantid meet to compete, the loser will become the winner's trophy. is a house centipede. A lean, mean killer with just 3 speeds: stopped, fast, and faster. With 30 legs to propel itself, it's the bug equivalent of an Olympic track and field team rolled into one.
The front legs are relatively short, the hind legs are relatively long, so the legs don't trip over one another as they're running this fast.
When the house centipede feels the need for speed, it covers up to 16.5 inches of ground every second. That's like a human sprinting at 42 miles per hour. It's a unique design where even a couple of spare limbs are put to good use.
The centipede has venom claws. These are evolutionarily modified front legs that are sickle-shaped organs that are extremely flexible and are able to inject venom into the prey, plus help tear it apart.
But deadly venom and lethal speed are useless unless you can see where you're going.
These centipedes have huge compound eyes. It's clear that they're using vision to track their prey, and this might be related to the speed at which they're chasing.
This cockroach would do well to run for its life. But you can't outrun a gold medal sprinter.
House centipedes are incredibly voracious predators. They literally run down their prey.
But the house centipede isn't the only speedy, sharp-eyed predator patrolling the rainforest arena. It's also the domain of the swift tree mantid. An accomplished all-rounder at blood sports.
These are a pretty small mantid, only about 1 inch in length, but they're just as capable as a larger mantid and can punch well above their weight.
Its opponents are hit with a deadly combination: powerhouse limbs, mean mouth parts, deadly spikes.
The swift tree mantid is like the leopard of the bug world. It's really well camouflaged, it's fast, and it tears its prey apart with savage bites.
Thanks to its huge compound eyes, it also has superb vision.
The swift tree mantid has enormous eyes and incredible visual acuity. That's particularly important where both predator and prey are relying on camouflage. If it can pick a prey just standing out a little bit, or a tiny shadow where there shouldn't be a shadow, or a little flicker of movement, that can be enough to give the game away.
The mantid is no slouch at concealing itself either. It's a medal winner when it comes to hide and seek.
Evolution has resulted in the swift trees having perfect camouflage. Imagine it's like a special forces soldier having a camo suit that allows him to match perfectly the bark that they're on. So just by standing still, they disappear.
And if their camouflage ever lets them down, they're super fast out of the starting blocks. With all the confidence in the world, they leave just about any predator in their wake.
The swift tree mantid is extremely alert and bold. These guys are quite confident to just brazenly stroll around the smooth bark that doesn't offer any nooks or crannies to hide in. That's because they know they can outrun pretty much any predator that comes by.
When the swift tree mantid and the house centipede compete for gold. This is winner takes all. Deep in the rainforest arena, two cold-blooded killers are about to slug it out for the gold medal in combined blood sports. The swift tree mantid might be small, but it's not intimidated.
The swift tree mantid is extremely alert and bold. It's seemingly unafraid of aggressors, even ones much larger than itself. When confronted, it'll stand its ground, pull some intimidating-looking poses, give a wicked stare.
Is the mantid bold or just plain foolish? Its opponent, the house centipede, isn't backing down either. The mantis strikes first. It catches the centipede off guard. But the bigger centipede counters and stabs the mantid with its venom claws. Then starts ripping its victim apart while it's still alive. The mantid's insides get sucked up like a sports drink. In the bug world, there's only room for one on the winner's podium. There are no silver medals. When bugs go to war, there are no rules, no sense of fair play, and no concept of picking on someone your own size. When a marbled scorpion takes on a trap-jaw ant, size will matter. But will bigger be better? This ancient rainforest is home to one of the bug world's most durable survivors, the marbled scorpion. Its weapons might be primitive, but they've been tested by time. Scorpions have chased down their prey for more than 300 million years.
They're really evolutionary survivors in that they are effective predators that know how to get the job done.
The scorpion's tools of the trade are an ostentatious display of murderous intent. Anything but concealed weapons.
Scorpions have two main weapons. They have their pinchers, where they're able to grab prey, hold it, and tear it apart. In addition, they have the tail with a venomous stinger at the end. So they're able to grab prey, crush it, and sting.
Scorpion venom can kill in an instant. But its eyesight is weak. Instead, the scorpion locates its prey with sensory organs that work like high-tech antennae.
They've got something that are known as pectines behind their fourth pair of legs on their belly. They act like radar, so they're very sensitive to chemical information, to vibratory information on the ground below them.
The marbled scorpion is also very wily. This cockroach had no idea it was about to become lunch. Grabbed and stung, it's carried away to be ripped apart and devoured. Like spiders, scorpions prefer their food runny. Draining the liquefied flesh of this cockroach is like sipping a meat martini. When a marbled scorpion goes hunting in the rainforest, most small creatures give it a wide berth. But not all are so easily intimidated. Much smaller in stature and just as determined is the trap-jaw ant. And like the scorpion, it comes armed with two fearsome weapons. One at the front, one at the back.
The trapjaw's sting is very potent, and because they can use it over and over again, they can come in for a first strike, back off, and then just wait for the venom to start to take effect, and then come in for another series of stings to finish the prey off.
But the front end is also loaded with a hard-hitting weapon.
The trapjaw mandibles open a full 180 degrees, much like a crossbow, and then it's set, all that force waiting. The minute something touches one of the delicate sensory hairs on the inside, snap shut with incredible force.
The peak force is equal to 300 times the ant's body weight, and the speed is astonishing. 2,300 times faster than the blink of a human eye.
The force is so strong, it can actually pop the prey open, sort of like a melon being crushed to expose the soft inside. What a way to go.
But those jaws don't come alone. They arrive en masse.
Trapjaws are very effective at defending themselves on one-on-one fights. However, because they're a social creature that lives together in large colonies, they can work together to defend the individual or the entire nest.
Trapjaw ants aren't afraid of a battle. Neither is the marbled scorpion. And it won't be long before their combat skills are put to the test. As darkness creeps over the rainforest, the marbled scorpion goes looking for food. Also out scouting for a meal, a trapjaw ant. Both the trapjaw ant and the marbled scorpion have a sting at the rear and some serious scissors up front.
When the trapjaw mandibles snap shut, that popping noise we hear is actually a shock wave that's so strong, it's like an air gun going off, and it can actually stun the prey.
But getting close enough to a scorpion for that is dangerous. Its long arms knock aggressors down like bowling pins. And there are those pincers to confront. Long and strong, they're a deadly weapon, especially when the scorpion's foes are small.
Although the marbled scorpions don't have particularly large palps, they are really suited for grabbing ants. They're able to grab little things quite effectively and crush it.
The ant forages, unaware of the scorpion camouflaged on a rock. Eventually, it sees it. And the ant has only one response: attack. The scorpion leads with its left, but can't score a hit. The ant counters with sharp jabs from its jaws, like a stun gun. Each blow sends shock waves through the scorpion's body. It's hurting badly.
While the scorpion has weapons on both ends, so does the trapjaw. But what it really wants to avoid is that scorpion stinger. So its best strategy is going to be get in a quick first sting, back off, wait, and then once the venom kicks in, come back for a series of killer blows.
The strategy is working. The scorpion is down, but not out. The lone ant calls for reinforcements.
These ants, they're constantly in communication with each other through touch, body movement, the use of chemical signals.
The call to arms is fast and effective. Troops arrive in force.
This doesn't look good. Scorpion should get out of there as quick as possible.
The scorpion is totally outnumbered. Stingers plunge into its body, all over its limbs. Multiple stings send deadly venom coursing throughout the hapless scorpion's body cavity. Totally paralyzed, those once fearsome claws are useless. The marble scorpion is destined for a marble mausoleum.
A scorpion known for its venom is being taken down by an ant that isn't known for its sting, but is absolutely known for its jaws.
It's the ultimate indignity. A rainforest supremo is dragged from its rocky pedestal to be cut apart and fed to ant larvae. In the world of bugs, it's a jungle out there. And there's only one law in this jungle. It's eat or be eaten. When two bizarre spiders go into battle, it'll be a bug fight with a difference. One jumps, the other spits. For all its benign natural beauty, the rainforest harbors some truly odd creatures. The metallic green jumping spider looks like an eight-legged disco dancer. But it's an agile, spring-loaded killer.
Jumping spiders typically make the largest leaps to get from one location to another. When they're getting ready to attack, they'll use much smaller leaps so they can aim with absolute precision and get the bite in that perfect spot.
The jumping spider might be tiny, from end to end, no more than a thumbnail. What it lacks in size, it makes up for with sheer athletic ability. And it's got something else: brains.
Jumping spiders display a level of awareness that is remarkable, far beyond most other spiders or bugs. They're intelligent and inquisitive, but most remarkably, they can adapt their hunting as the situation changes.
It has all the animal cunning of a jungle cat.
Jumping spiders are sometimes referred to as eight-legged cats, mostly because of their very large eyes, but they're also very feline in their predatory behavior. They'll stalk their prey, they'll circle it, they'll leap onto it and then bring it down with their fangs.
In the human world, stalking is a crime. In a bug's world, it's a skill that puts food on the table. But the jumping spider isn't the only clever predator in this jungle. There's a serious rival, the only creature on planet Earth that spits deadly silk from its fangs.
The spitting spiders are generally pretty small, shy spiders. They've got 6 eyes, which is relatively unusual. And they've got an absolutely unique weapon, and that's the ability to spit silk. They rear up, they start vibrating their fangs, and then ejecting silk out of their fangs. It's really sticky. It contracts and effectively just pins an insect or another spider down to the ground.
Most spiders have silk glands in their abdomens, but the spitting spider comes with reinforcements. 2 extra glands in its oversized head.
The spitting spiders have modified their venom gland. The front of the venom gland produces venom the same way in other spiders, but the back end is modified so that it's producing a combination of glue and silk.
The deadly concoction is about to be unleashed on this unsuspecting cockroach. So fast, the human eye can barely see it. The sticky silk shoots out and pins the cockroach to the bark.
It'll come in and sting the prey very rapidly and then back off and wait until the venom actually works on the roach.
A cockroach isn't much of a foe. For a spitting spider, it's just food. But it's a different matter when the food can fight back.
While the jumping spider might look like it's missed its calling as a disco dancer, this is not a wimp. If it can get into a position to attack the spitting spider, it will.
The spitting spider, it depends on if the jumping spider is in the right range and it's able to respond rapidly enough and pin that jumping spider down.
In a bug world jungle, 2 pocket-sized predators are on the prowl. One, an expert stalker, able to launch itself at an enemy like a jungle cat. The other, armed with an assault weapon straight from science fiction. Fangs that spit deadly silk with pinpoint accuracy.
The spitting spider is able to shoot gluey spit out of its fangs at incredible speeds that rapidly pins down its prey.
It's just a matter of time before the predators cross paths and cross swords. Like a leopard, the jumping spider has stalked its victim, silently, relentlessly. It leaps at the spitting spider, but it's off the mark.
The jumping spider has made a mistake here. It has lost that advantage of surprise. The spitting spider has all of the advantage.
The spitting spider takes a shot. It goes wide, but some of the sticky silk clips the jumping spider's leg. And the spitting spider fires off another round. Only in slow motion can the airborne mass of sticky silk be seen. As the jumping spider is glued flat in the fork of a branch, the spitting spider comes in to administer the kill shot.
This just shows how important it is to get it right the first time. If you don't, there's a really good chance you won't be around to fight another day.
The jumping spider will never jump again, as its insides are sucked out. All that remains is the solitary reminder to look before you leap. On the bug battlefield, there are no soft options. Camouflage is no defense against brute force. Fearsome looks don't faze seasoned killers. Awesome weaponry is worthless when you can't land a strike. And a lone fighter has no answer for an overwhelming force. On the monster bug battlefield, the only decider is death.